Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
We're medicated, we're caffeinated, we're on the air. It's Guys of a Certain Age. Robbie Koblitz in studio alongside
Art Shirley
and Jay Reed.
Yeah, I'm the medicated one. Are you guys caffeinated?
I am slightly caffeinated.
Slightly caffeinated.
Yeah.
I'm caffeinated.
It doesn't seem to be kicking in yet, but
yeah. Do you want Jay to kick you? Would that help?
Yeah, Jay.
Jay, you can kick him. So whatever Jay had, he passed on last week. To me.
Man,
so
possible.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Nice. Now it's sinuses. It's that time of the year where it's brutally hot for the winter, and then it's sub-zero.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
And I was thinking today, this kind of day is the day it kind of really gets on my nerves because you have to.
The days we record.
Well, yeah. Well, no, you have to wear a coat because you're outside and it's 35 degrees. But then every place you go inside is toasty warm.
It's like 80 degrees.
And so it's just back and forth, and it's not a fun.
Except for my office, which seems to still be blowing cold air, which is fine because I've kind of dressed now. I can I don't have to.
You wore a dress?
I am dressed for outside, and it works in my office, too.
Yeah, so Bonnie has to keep a heater in her office.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
The entire
my
year.
technicians has a heater by her station, but we all have different thermostats in our pharmacy.
I thought you were going to go with a deeper thing there, Jay.
We all
in life, we all have different thermostats.
That's what I was going to come up with. So, all right, let's jump into some geeks. Who wants to go first? How about you, Art?
Oh, okay. It's the first time back in a while. But anyway, the X-Men franchise is being rebooted. We've talked about that before. There have been a lot of casting rumors and things. One of them that's been going around is who will play Storm, the character of Storm. Cynthia Erivo from Wicked was rumored at one time to do it. But
she would be great.
She would be great. I think she would be great. But y'all may like this choice as well, if not better. Io Adebira from The Bear, the actress from The Bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
They say she's kind of the leading contender to play Storm.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I would be happy with that. And I've seen her. She hosted Saturday Night Live, and she's a comedian, she does like stand-up comedy. Yeah, and a comic actor. Yeah, of course, The Bear is a comedy.
Right.
I understand.
That's what they keep telling us.
But I must have missed those episodes.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. The few I've sampled, I'm like, not seen the funny stuff yet. But anyway, yeah, she's very talented, and so I think that might be a good choice.
I don't know. I'd have to
Which
see.
one of the two? Which one do the two you think would be?
I think what's her face from The Bear.
Okay.
Because she's got if you remember Storm, she's recruited from Africa. She's got in that original X-Men. She has a little naivete about her. She's a little wide-eyed, So
she doesn't become the really powerful Storm we know probably most recently.
Yeah.
If you're talking about rebooting and starting over.
Yeah.
And so I think that'd be good.
Okay, yeah, I could see it. I could see the the Wicked Girl. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean she's just a talented actress, no doubt. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she's green. That's a problem.
Wow. Okay. It's called makeup. Makeup. It's paint.
And she actually did makeup. They offered to do it CG, but in Wicked, she wanted practical effects.
And she had, she has multiple piercings on her ears, so they had to do molds over her ears.
That's where they did the CG, right?
Yeah.
Was covering those holes up.
Yeah, which is kind of funny.
That's crazy.
So, but anyway, all right. Well, cool.
So that's not decided. That's just
no. It's all right now. We're
about.
Still rumors,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. What you got, Jay?
I've got another international geek this week. I'm coming on a streak.
Okay.
International streak. So this came across. If you're ever in Sao Paulo, Brazil, this is for our Brazilian listeners. There is something called the Marvel Barber Shop, and it's
okay.
Now you need to look this up because it is really, really cool. It's an official kind of partnership with Disney/Marvel.
License.
Corleone, I think it's the name. Which sounds Italian.
It sounds
but
like
it's Brazilian.
Leader, the member of the
right. It
family.
does. It has that same name. But I think, from what I could tell, because I don't speak Portuguese, I got some translations. But I believe that the Corleone is sort of maybe like a small chain of nice upscale barbershops, and so they've gone and they partnered and they got this Marvel shop. So you go in and I mean, there's Marvel art everywhere. All the seats are they relate to a certain character. So there's like a Spider-Man seat, an Iron Man seat, all that kind of stuff. There's a room that was like where they would wash your hair, whatever, and there's like a big screen TV with stuff going on. They have all kinds of comics that you can read while you're waiting, again, in Portuguese. And then once you finish and then there's Marvel hair products. I mean, it's all like all official, and it's got Thor on it, and Spider-Man, all the things. And then if you go to, once you're done, there's like a secret room in the back, and you put your hand on this little screen and it opens up this secret door, and of course that's where all your merch is. And it's just regular Marvel merch in there, t-shirts, cups, all kinds of figurines and that kind of stuff. But it is a very nice looking place. So I figured if you want to, I couldn't find how much it costs to get a haircut there, because you have to download an app and make an appointment, and I wasn't ready to go that far. I did
literally
look to see that far. Yeah, I did look to see how much it would cost to fly from our local airport to Sao Paulo if we left today and came back Monday, and it was like $4,000. So don't think I'll be doing that.
Yeah,
but
don't go and ask for the Professor X, by the way. Or the Wolverine, that might be a little.
Yeah. But you should check it out just for fun. Check it out. Obviously, I don't know how many people actually listen to us in Brazil, but I wish there was something like it here, because it is a classy looking, just really cool place with all kinds of, like, when you walk in, it's not stained glass, but it's almost like printed glass with the Hulk and Thor and a couple other.
So how did you find out about this?
It popped up on my Instagram. I have a strange algorithm, apparently, or maybe not so strange for our geekdom.
Yeah,
it just popped up, and so I just dug down a little deeper.
Wow.
I think it was on somebody else's, like, how we, like, Geekverse and Geek Tyrant, those kind of places.
Geekverse, ask questions.
Yeah, comic book. Yeah, some site like that had it, and then I went to the original website. And if you go to the website, you can click on English and you can read the stuff. It's just there's not a lot of information about how much a haircut costs and what the options are, that kind of stuff. But a very cool looking place.
That's very cool.
He's got it all planned out, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
Corleone.
Yes.
I keep trying to get us on a road trip, but we still lacking a sponsor.
That does tend to take the money out of the pockets.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, cool.
Anyway.
My geek is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, has started filming.
Yes, good.
So, since Superman is now wrapped, I think we're supposed to get another Superman trailer during the Super Bowl. Is that correct?
I was going to say, I think did we get one during the college football championship game?
It was
we got
Captain America.
Captain America, that's right.
Yeah.
Which looks good to me.
Owned by Disney, the whole kid caboodle.
Yeah.
So
everything's
owned by Disney.
Right.
So,
in fact, there's a scene of Harrison Ford getting his hair cut.
wow, just wow, in Sao Paulo. Yeah,
cut it like this.
How dare you, Mr. Barber?
That's
How
right.
dare you?
Yeah.
Doing the
Harrison point.
Ford point. Every role he's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I
hope he does that as the Red Hulk. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't that be great? How dare you, Mr. Hulk? And then Oscar nominations were announced earlier this week.
Really? I missed that.
Did you?
Yeah.
So
I guess I've been watching all the strange snow stuff south of us. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So Dune Part 2 was nominated for Best Movie.
I did see that.
Really?
But
Denis Villeneuve did not get nominated.
Did not get nominated for Best Director, which I thought was a shame.
Yeah, that's always an odd thing when the picture gets nominated for Best and the director is left out.
I went back and rewatched both Dune 1 and 2.
Did you?
They're phenomenal. So you liked 2?
2, yeah.
Better?
Did not like 1, and then I really 2 was much better.
And then Jay, you liked 1 but not 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Seems like that's
yeah,
what
I remember that.
That was a long time ago.
Oddness.
Yeah. Well,
so next time you rewatch them on Company,
thermostats.
make sure you ask Jay for the first one. Yes.
That's right. That's right. We all have different thermostats.
Yeah,
so.
that's right.
Did you watch, as I point to Art, did you watch the first 2 episodes of Severance yet?
Yeah. Yes.
The second one dropped last night.
No, we haven't seen the second one yet. We were out last night, so we didn't watch it. But I thought about that because I was like, "Dang, come on!"
What'd you think about the first?
It's just cool. Right back into the madness.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and spoiler alert. I mean, are you
Everybody
planning
did.
on watching it?
I'm planning to watch it, but you can spoil the first one. That's fine.
Okay. Well, it takes place in the first 10, 15 minutes of the thing. I was really afraid that they were going to stick that alternate crew. That was going to be like a several episode arc,
Yeah.
and we weren't going to see the other people
Yeah.
for a while.
I read a breakdown on how they did the opening shot of that episode.
Yeah.
And Ben Stiller and then Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, they talk about it, and it took them several months to do that first shot because they would shoot whatever corridor he's going down when it was built during filming.
Yeah.
So he runs around multiple corridors, and then this is not a spoiler at all, but he runs around multiple corridors, and so they had to wait till the corridors were built during the course of filming season 2 for him to run down that corridor, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
it's. I almost wish when we started it, we almost wish we had gone back and
Me too.
watched the first season again.
Yeah.
But kind of midway through, you feel like you're okay.
Yeah.
But
did you guys watch Silo yet?
I thought about that last night too. We have not finished Silo. We've got at least one. I think we may have the last 2 episodes to watch, but really enjoying that.
Yeah.
So I thought, and I'm going to be out of town this weekend, so
Juliet Lives.
yeah.
So you need to watch Silo as well, Jay.
We've been watching Black Doves. on
Oh, that looks
Netflix.
pretty good. Is that
Yeah,
Kate Winslet?
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Where's that at?
Netflix.
Speaking of Netflix,
They jumped up.
the jump. That's not my geek, but that's just
That's a grouse.
that's my round. Yeah, that's grouse.
Yeah, the
grouse of the week. That's
yeah.
what we needed to go to.
Yeah.
Curmudgeonly, hey, deadgum Netflix.
Yeah, they're jumping. Well, the 4K is what, $22 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take a break from it for a while. But I mean, there's so much on it that I watch.
Yeah.
I read an article where Reed Hastings, who started Netflix, went to Blockbuster in like in 02, 03 and said, "Hey, you could buy us for $50 million." And they're like, "No, you'll never last." Yeah. We see what happens.
There's
So.
probably I think there actually may be a documentary about the failure of Blockbuster on Netflix, which is the ultimate irony, right?
So,
That would be awesome.
did you prepare?
I'm prepared.
So now it's time for
Jay's Regrettable Segment. Jay's Regrettable Segment brought to you today by Rainbow Shots. Yes, Rainbow Shots. We need to be back up and running and doing the podcast. Robbie, the personal testimony for Rainbow Shots.
I'm feeling pretty good now. I'm feeling pretty good.
Boy, if you had, like a rainbow-oriented character right now, it would be great. You don't, do you?
I don't. No, I don't. Sorry.
Monochrome, man.
We already did the rainbow character, Rainbow Boy.
Yeah, I thought there was
we've already
one.
done him.
Yeah.
we don't have very many left of these, do we?
You would think, but yeah, we're probably.
This is a 10-volume set.
It was supposed to be a 1-year thing. We'll finish it this year.
Well, we need to get something else.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can come up with something.
Okay. All right.
But it will be as regrettable as
How can we find something just as regrettable as always?
All right.
This one is a special one. That's why I'm kind of shielding it because I want you to guess if you didn't already see who it was.
Okay.
Because
I did not.
this one, so created by Joe Gill, Pat Boyette, debuted in Fightin' 5, number 40, Charlton Comics in November '66. This is one who, let me describe the character to you, and I want you to guess.
Okay.
Because this is somebody I think you're going to know. He fights for peace no matter what it takes, including killing people. He is a all kinds of weapon expert.
Is it the Peacekeeper? Peacemaker?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker,
Yes.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
Is he originally a
Peacemaker.
Charlton comic
That's
character?
what it says.
Does he look the same?
It's the same. It's the same character.
So he's one of the characters that DC bought from Charlton.
Apparently so.
Yeah. Okay. And I knew who you meant, but I couldn't remember if he was Peacemaker or Peacekeeper.
Right. So, I mean, you already know about the Peacemaker. I don't need to tell you a lot about him. I mean, what I've already said is kind of his thing. Like he's an expert on all kinds of things to kill people with,
Yeah.
although his goal is peace.
Right.
And this one, I mean, I guess you can vote regrettable or not regrettable based on the fact that he has already been revived.
Yeah, I'm saying not regrettable.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's.
But have you watched? Did y'all watch the series?
I watched some of the first season.
I watched about half the first episode last night, and
Of the first season or the second season?
First season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, I've seen Suicide Squad.
And I regretted that.
Yeah.
But in terms of the success of the character, I mean, both in Suicide Squad and in Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
and then of course his own series, I think that it's been a pretty lucrative thing for
certainly
DC.
Redeemed. Yes.
Yeah.
If it needed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this
Well, I
was the
think
first
Miss
one.
Reed would say regrettable and possibly unredeemable.
Well, if she watched it,
Yeah.
Based upon his language.
Yeah.
a lot of those,
a lot of this
a lot of
stuff.
her most unfavorite word in that first 30 minutes that
Yeah.
I watched. But I think this is the first one we've come to. You've recognized, you especially, Art, have recognized some of the characters.
Yeah.
But I think this is the first one that's actually come back. Aside from maybe there was one or two that had a few appearances later. In
Right.
comics,
This
but
is
as far as,
I would say, based on the ones I remember,
Uh-huh.
that this is the biggest comeback of any of them.
Yeah, it almost has to be. So there you go.
Can you hold it up and let's see the picture of him?
Yeah, I mean the picture is
As if we were
exactly
in
the
some
same.
kinda-
He's got the toilet bowl on
Toilet
his
bowl
head.
helmet. Yeah.
Gosh, I mean that's amazing to me that
Yeah.
that it has.
It's the exact same.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
So it doesn't matter what we think.
He's already been.
He's been redeemed by
he's been
James
redeemed.
Gunn.
That's right.
So, do you remember him much from DC Comics?
I don't remember him. I mean, I was aware of him, but he was
Yeah.
not a character. I don't remember ever reading any stories that he figured prominently in.
Yeah.
I do remember kind of seeing him. I think probably like I said that was '66, so the Charlton stuff they kind of brought in maybe mid to late '70s.
Yeah.
They bought that stuff up, so I'm sure he probably appeared in something. But yeah, no, I never would have expected him to be the popular hero he is today.
Yeah.
And I'm not
And
sure
John-
I'll even
uh,
finish
John
the first
Cena?
episode. John
Cena?
Cena. Yeah.
John Cena is very grateful that he is.
Oh yeah. And he's great in the role. I mean, like I said, it's a raunchy, certainly material for it, but he really does a good job in that role.
He fits the character as far as what I
Yeah.
read here, and
A lot
what
like
I've
Dave
seen.
Bautista and Drax, the Destroyer. So,
Oops, sorry.
whoa, just knock the mic around. Why don't you, Art? So,
I'm not keeping the peace.
all right. Well, we're going to take our piece elsewhere. Give us a second. We're going to come talk Skeleton Crew up next. And we're back. We're going to talk Disney Plus's newestly wrapped series, Skeleton Crew. I just
using a newestly word.
I am.
I think we did. I think we could coin it. You watch this
Yeah.
time next year. Everybody's going to be saying it.
It's going to be Webster's Word of the Year.
Yeah, that's
newestly.
right. Newestly.
Yeah. You're
I
just
was listening
jealous.
to somebody talk the other day about their word for the year. This is my word for the year. I think his was bravery or remarkable or something.
Mine is
newestly.
So, Skeleton Crew, the latest entry into the Disney Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
You finished watching it, right, Jay?
I'm finished.
Because we're always waiting on you.
That's
so
right.
Just want to make sure.
That's right.
Well, what did you guys think of Skeleton Crew?
I enjoyed it. I thought it kind of ended with a whimper rather than. I mean, the ending of it wasn't quite what I'd hoped for.
Thank you, T.S. Eliot.
I'm sorry. That's a.
No, you know what I'm talking about. Wasteland.
Uh-huh.
This is how the world ends. Not with the bang, but with
the whimper.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it as well.
Yeah. I knew he got it. Jay's like, huh?
I didn't know that it was a T.S. Eliot.
Yeah, the Wasteland. Yeah.
And then my reference was to Elliot from E.T.,
Eliot. Gotcha.
Wow. Okay, we're all caught up.
which I think your impersonation was better than mine. Mine was more like Shmoo from those cartoons.
It was something.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think, Jay?
It was pretty good. It was predictable, I think, in a lot of ways, and I think you've already said this in previous discussions. Pretty much the Goonies in space was
which I don't think is a bad thing.
not
No.
a bad thing. It just was, I don't know. I think it could have had more oomph, but I guess it was really not designed for me. I think it was more.
If it wasn't designed for
tweenager.
guys of a certain age, it was designed for.
It was more maybe to bring teenager type watchers back into the fold? You think? I mean, was that the purpose of it, to have the kid's story?
I don't know.
As opposed to,
like I said, I really enjoyed the first episodes of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of hoping that Jude Law's character, the pirate, would have been a good character at the end. Maybe you never realized
he was regrettable, not redeemable.
Yeah, regrettable, not redeemable. I kind of wish they had left it open ended, like it was. They hadn't gone back to their home planet, like every episode was going to be them going to a new,
like Lost in Space.
Like Lost in Space, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking about on
the
way over
music
here.
by Johnny Williams.
Yeah, by Johnny Williams. So that you'd see this, and you'd have, much like the Mr. Smith character from Lost in Space, you'd have the pirate, Jude Law's character, who you never knew if he was a good guy or a bad guy. I think once they really committed to him being bad, and as bad as he was, to me it kind of, okay. So, but and then once they went back to their families, that was fun. It kind of wrapped everything up with a bow. But I also kind of regret that. I mean, I'm glad that, and again, spoiler alerts, I guess we should say, I'm glad the folks are no longer under the rule of those robots that were making them do stuff. But I kind of hate that the planet's exposed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the mystery of that.
And, and that was one of the things that was interesting about the show. There were some cool aspects of it. And the characters, I mean, I love seeing Urkel, come back to the screen. And, I mean, that was probably, besides Jude Law, he was one of the main ones, if not the only one that I really recognize.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. He's
and there may have been some people under makeup.
But Urkel, Jude Law, but most of the characters I didn't recognize the kids at all. But most of the grown-ups I didn't recognize either.
So one of the pirates was a recycled from Mandalorian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. So he did pop up.
Okay.
To me, it felt like a fresh take on Star Wars. There was no Skywalker at all.
Now, that's what I really liked about it. That's what, beginning of the series when we were talking about it, like, oh, this is really good. I just felt like, and I don't know if they felt like we have to end this because we're not going to get a second season. This is a one-off kind of thing. So it almost felt like the ending was just kind of wrapping stuff up too quickly.
Yeah.
But they've already said there won't be a second season, or... I mean, I don't know that I'd be excited about it either way, but
I don't know how you can recreate them going back into space.
I'm excited that you're not getting another chance.
Yeah. But I really liked, like you said, fresh take. I love the idea that you're seeing something that looks like, our neighborhoods in a Star Wars thing as opposed to yet another desert planet.
Yeah.
Or a Coruscant. But, so, I mean, I thought that was different. I mean, it's like a whole different area of Star Wars we hadn't seen, and I thought that was a really good thing.
So I was a little disappointed that the supervisor was a super droid. I was expecting the supervisor to be the pirate.
I was too.
See, and then the way he's done away with was just like, oh, well, that was pretty,
Yeah.
So
I was totally expecting the pirate to be the guy.
Yeah. I mean, it just seemed like that's what they were leading up to, and you wonder if they didn't make a change at the end of it.
Yeah.
And then, is he a Jedi? Is he not a Jedi?
And I had read too that there was, I don't know if it was a scene that was filmed.
It was, yeah,
with sort of a Jedi master or whatever that they got left out.
Yeah. There was a 60-second flashback that would have showed the Jedi who trained him, Jude Law.
What is his character's name?
Crimson Jack.
Yeah, I mean, he had several names, right?
Yeah.
And Jod.
Yeah,
what they call him, I think,
something like that. So,
I liked the actors. I liked all the young actors that played the role. I thought their characters were good. I loved the little elephant boy.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
He was almost too cute.
He was almost too cute. Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's going to be elephant. I can't remember his character's name either, but that's going to be something that's in the stores at some point.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But
it was enjoyable. I mean,
it was certainly
I didn't
enjoyable
regret watching it, but it was.
But I don't feel like Disney Star Wars series has had a really solid hit for a while. They've had some that have been enjoyable and good, but it's been a while since, and I don't know when the next season of Andor comes out.
It's this year. I would say Andor was the last.
Yeah, just really home run. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. They've had some base hits, possibly, maybe.
Yeah, but this was a solid double.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Ahsoka was disappointing to me, just kind of very slow.
Yeah.
Mandalorian, I still liked. Even the third season of Mandalorian, I liked, but it never approached what it did the first season to me.
And I think the thing about the first season of Mandalorian, it was so new and so fresh.
Yeah,
And
it felt so faithful to the idea of Star Wars.
Yeah. And I think this had some of the same qualities. But I'm kind of like you. I wish that they maybe didn't try to wrap it all up in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But yeah. So
because we're sitting there in the last episode and went, well, that's it. Okay, so we're done, and that's just kind of happened.
Yeah.
So, but there were a lot of, we said Goonies. So much of it felt like E.T. too. The
had a very Spielberg feel to it.
Very much so. The chase through the woods where they're on the speeder bikes. Where very much like the bicycles from E.T.
And you had the, I guess you talked about the neighborhoods. I mean, so we did get to see a different aspect of life in the Star Wars world, but it was just, I don't know.
So Bryce Dallas Howard directed episode 6.
I saw that.
Which was kind of cool.
And I remember liking that episode.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's a really good director.
She really is. She needs to get a feature.
Yeah. She does. She absolutely does. She's very, very, very talented. So,
and I've seen some rumors back and forth on what Star Wars movies are still going to happen, but as soon as I see yes, this is happening, I see another article saying no, it's not. So I'm not sure where we are on that.
And I saw, as you mentioned, Ahsoka, they recast the guy that died. That was,
I did see that.
I forget his name, but is going to be who played the Hand in Game of Thrones.
No, he played the Mountain. He was the Mountain.
The Mountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to get your characters right, buddy.
I guess I need to.
Yeah. So, but there's not been any mention of Ahsoka season 2 yet.
Right.
So nobody knows how that's going to wrap into.
Oh, you don't think they recast him for season 2?
Nothing's come out yet.
Huh.
See, that's the thing. They don't know if there's going to be an Ahsoka season 2. I mean, there's got to be.
I think there has to be an Ahsoka. I think they'll do Ahsoka season 2. Now, I've heard that she might die and they might kill her off in that season 2 or whatever. But
well, one of the other rumors that was going to be it should have been a geek. There's a rumor that if Ahsoka season 2 happens, they bring Natalie Portman back.
I did see that.
As
I saw
a cameo
that too.
for Padme.
Yeah.
So
I figure even if it's not been officially greenlit, it's probably
all but.
Yeah.
You've got to think.
I mean, if they're making those kind of decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but
what was the one we just saw that had, gosh, I can't remember the name of it. Had the witches group and the twins.
That's Ahsoka.
No, the one between Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew.
There wasn't one.
Okay.
Witches group?
Yeah, the Dorthamir, the Sisters of Dorthamir, that's Ahsoka.
Okay.
Because remember, that's how they get.
Yeah.
That's how they get out. Oh, the twins.
Dune
that
too.
Was.
It had the guy from Squid Game on it.
Yeah, you're right. It's
very telling that we can't remember.
Don't tell me.
Even
don't
that
tell
existed.
Don't tell me. Because I know what you're talking about. What is it?
I tried that.
Even Harrison Ford Point is not pulling it out of art.
I'm looking up to see what
Tell
it is.
me what it is.
It's taking forever.
Another series? Another movie?
Yeah,
there was a series that The Acolyte.
Thank you. Gosh, you beat me to it.
I didn't even find it. It came into my
that's it. The Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
And we,
And that finished that one?
Acolyte? Yeah.
Okay. And they're not going to do a season 2.
Right. That was one of the ones that I think Skeleton Crew was head and shoulders above The Acolyte. Yeah. And I enjoyed The Acolyte. You and I both enjoyed The Acolyte, but I just think that it kind of it's telling that it's not coming back.
I've only watched like 3/4 of the first episode of that one.
Yeah.
Of The Acolyte?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You turn it off when you know who died.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I enjoyed the world building in those episodes.
I did too, and I liked the characters. I thought there was a lot of potential there. I don't know that they used it to their best advantage.
All right. Last words on Skeleton Crew. Is it?
I think it's definitely watchable.
Yeah,
worth watching, rather.
It's redeemable.
Yeah, it's
Watchable.
redeemable. Yeah. Just kind of go into it knowing that they kind of didn't stick the landing.
Yeah, kind of like this show. We end with a whimper.
That's right. Bang.
When Jay should be whimpering now or something like that. So that's like a door.
Door creaking. I was trying to like.
No. That's much better.
Okay, that's what my dog does when I put him in.
That was really
Wow. We could probably explore the origins of that a whole different episode. So
I felt like we should be hearing some Sarah, whatever her name is,
Sarah, I don't want to know.
In the arms of an angel, whatever that song is.
Oh, Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
All right, cool beans, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time around.